Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. It seems that WWE is really making the WWE at Madison Square Garden show seem like it's one hell of a deal. I know that they gave Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar to Hell in the Cell, but it almost seems like they're actually treating the WWE at Madison Square Garden show like it's one of the biggest shows of the year. They're definitely putting this over, stacking the deck. If you thought about the Beast in the East show, that was almost like, thanks to the WWE Network, we were actually getting to see something that we weren't supposed to be seeing. If you watched NXT at the time, they were making Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens seem like the WrestleMania, the biggest match that NXT has ever had, with Kevin Owens coming into the match as the champion, Finn Balor returning to Japan, the place that he made himself a huge star wrestling for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and actually getting to wrestle there for the biggest prize in NXT, the NXT Championship, which he ended up taking from him on 4th of July morning and, putting it over really big. But everything else that was on that show, whether if it was Neville against Chris Jericho, whether it was the Dolph Ziggler-John Cena tag team match against King Barrett and Kane, which didn't even make sense according to storyline with, Monday Night Raw. Everything seemed like it just was, something that was supposed to be a house show that you would normally see if WWE came to your town and they were just trying to make a few bucks. But with this Madison Square Garden show, definitely it's sort of making October a little bit weird. I know in the past they've done 2 pay-per-views in the month of October, really giving like 2 weeks of build to the second one. And I think that's basically what they're trapping themselves into. I think they're making this a little bit of a real stacked show. The news has came out today that they have added John Cena against Seth Rollins for the United States Championship. Kind of funny that Seth Rollins is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and the one thing that he really wants to get his hands on more than anything else is that United States title, trying to make himself that double champion, I guess is what he was calling himself. I know that he already used his rematch clause on Monday Night Raw. So it's a little bit weird how he would have tricked himself into this match. But then again, the authorities got to get whatever they want. And if Seth Rollins wants to become double champion, I guess he's going to become double champion. It takes a little bit away from the Kane match, which is going to be taking place at Hell in the Cell. But at least with John Cena's character, he's the guy that's not going to back down from a fight, and he's going to take it however he can get it in a steel cage match. No doubt in my mind that we're going to see Cena winning this. I'm not quite sure who Cena's going to be facing at Hell in the Cell, but it's a little weird that we're going to see Rollins lose a match on pay-per-view on this Madison Square Garden show. I don't think there's going to be any trickery. I think it's going to be just like Monday Night Raw. Cena's going to win. Rollins is going to lose. And then 2 weeks from then, the WWE Championship's going to be on the line, and people are going to wonder why it's Seth Rollins against Kane, and nobody cares when we just saw this guy lose. Your champion should be your champion. He should be the guy that, no matter what he has to do, he wins. Whether if it's by countout, whether if it's by disqualification and you're trying to have a real heel champion, whether if you're trying to make the guy look strong and he actually beats the guy right there in the middle of the ring. But it looks like this is going to be the main event of the show. While you also have Brock Lesnar against Big Show as one of the big matches driving it. I don't think anybody thinks there's a chance in the world that Big Show has a chance in this match. Hopefully this will go by as fast as the Kofi Kingston one does. I don't think it'll hurt Big Show to lose fast in this one. Just rethink about the time that Brock Lesnar ended up breaking Big Show's hand at the Royal Rumble with the steel chair. The match never even really started, if I remember right. But Dudley Boys going up against the New Day for the tag team titles. Jericho against Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title. Orton versus Sheamus. Ziggler versus Rusev. That is the rest of the card, with still Mark Henry, Stardust, and Team Bella to be determined how they will be used down the road. I got stuck listening to the Brian and Vinny show, and I didn't want to turn it off, but I forgot that I was making videos here. But the next match is going to be the steel cage match, which is going to be John Cena going up against Seth Rollins. This is going to be a United States Championship match. This month has not been very kind to Seth Rollins. He's been beaten by just about everyone on the WWE roster. It doesn't matter if it's John Cena, if it's Kane. Dean Ambrose beat the champion on SmackDown, which was not brought up on Monday Night Raw. Seth is at this weird place where, he's getting punked out by Sheamus. Sheamus is talking about he's going to be cashing in to becoming WWE champion. Kane, who's like one of the even when he fought Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship after WrestleMania 30, he was then looked at as he was one of the weakest champions, contenders in a long time. It's like when Hogan would have like WCW title matches against the Booty Man, and they were wondering why they weren't able to move the needle and sell pay-per-view buys along the way. But I think that this is going to be good for this match. Definitely SummerSlam wasn't that long ago, and they did John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Of course, that match was broken up by Jon Stewart. I'm hoping that with Jon Stewart living in New York and this happening in New York, that Jon Stewart doesn't come down and pay another visit to WWE. But no doubt in my mind, John Cena has to win this match due to it being a United States Championship match. But when you think of it in the long run, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Seth Rollins is your WWE Champion. He already lost a United States Championship match on Monday Night Raw last week. Before Kane came out, he lost the match clean by the attitude adjustment right there in the middle of the ring. And I guess they're doing this like they used to. I mean, Madison Square Garden used to be the way that you would kill off big angles, doing a big show with a big gate, everyone coming out to see, the steel cage match, which was supposed to be the end-all, say-all for all feuds. You could have all the matches, all the beatdowns, all the interviews you needed, but when it comes to the steel cage match, it was supposed to be where it kept the action inside of the ring. You couldn't make it where the heel would just walk off and leave. He had to stay inside of the ring. You could use the steel cage as a weapon, battering your buddy's head into the side of it. This, that, and the other, but no doubt in my mind, this has to be a Rollins loss, which sucks. I mean, obviously, at Hell in a Cell, he would beat the Demon Kane. Where the Demon Kane goes from there, I've got no clue. But we need to see Rollins get back on the winning ways, and I'm not sure when that is going to happen. WWE, when they have a strong champion, even if the champion is strong because of he has buddies that helps him, WWE is in a better place. If you think about, Randy Orton and Legacy, with Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes coming down and getting involved in his matches all the time. I wasn't the biggest fan of Randy Orton and Legacy, but I watched each and every week because I wanted to see who was finally going to get their hands on Orton and be able to outsmart Legacy and beat the champ. That's what I was looking forward to with Randy Orton's title. So, obviously, Cena's going to win this match, and then Rollins will go on to Hell in a Cell and fight Kane. I've heard a rumor that Big Show is going to fight Cena for the U.S. title, but I just want to see Rollins get back on his winning horse and see how he can ride this out.